When I laid eyes on Heaven's Will by Satoru Takamiya, I was immediately intrigued by the teen goth romance, and the fact that it is one of the few one-shot manga that Shoujo Beat has published. But let me tell you, this was terrible. This manga contains two short stories, one where we get introduced to Mikusu, a young high school girl who was born with the special talent of seeing oni, or supernatural beings. The problem is that she's very scared of them. She also happens to be scared of men and this huge mansion which people at her school call the haunted house. Very original. One day at school, her stalker suddenly transforms into an oni and begins to chase after Mikusu, and she's left no choice but to seek refuge inside the haunted house, where she meets a beautiful girl and an intimidating looking stoic man. We quickly learn that the girl is actually Seto, a young boy who cross-dresses in beautiful gothic Lolita attire, and the man named Kagari is actually a vampire who can shapeshift into a wolf. So that is pretty much the entirety of the first short story. The rest of the book is Heaven's Will, which follows the three characters that we were introduced to, and it has a different plot. In Heaven's Will, we follow the trio as they try to resolve the mystery of a piano that happens to be haunted. Throughout the story, we deviate from the plot by going into these side quests to learn more about Seto's tragic life and how Seto and Kagari became acquainted. Before we can get fully invested in anything, the author takes a step back and then shifts towards a completely different direction. Heaven's Will suffers from horrible pacing, incomplete plot lines, and characters who were unfortunately forced to be dull. Also, labeling this as a teen goth romance was a disservice. Spoiler, the romance in this series was supposed to be between Mikusu and Seto. Seto being a crossdresser isn't the issue. In fact, I think it could have made for a romance that was interesting. The problem is that there was zero romance. Apart from hearing Mikusu go back and forth whether she has feelings for Seto, nothing truly happens between the two, and nothing truly happens in this one-shot. Towards the end of the book, there's actually a letter from the creator where she explains that she is aware of how unfinished the manga is, and even expresses her relief to have finished the series. As the reader, it was very evident how disinterested the creator was when writing this stale one-shot. I don't even know what else to say about Heaven's Will. It was truly awful and a waste of time. The worst thing is that I could actually see potential in both the story and characters. And if you like more manga reviews, make sure to check out my manga Substack. This is where I post more frequent manga reviews.